So 2020 is weird and random, and the impact of COVID-19 on the 2020 football season also weird and random. So let's get nuts, right? So Steelers-Ravens was postponed from Thanksgiving evening, which is why instead of just watching a third delicious, amazing football game, you just had to sit across from your relatives and just or the Zoom chats and just be like, oh, hi. Cool. So Ravens had a multitude of positive COVID tests in the facility, so they shut it down. And also now that there's word that Lamar Jackson, superstar quarterback of the Ravens, tested positive, and Sunday's game is in doubt as well. Adam Schefter tweeted this. Ravens players are told today by their head coach John Harbaugh that for everyone's safety, they will not be allowed back in the training facility until Monday at the earliest, sources tell ESPN. Ravens are scheduled to play Steelers on Sunday, so that game doesn't seem possible. And also, there was this back and forth where Florida was like, my sources say that's not true. And then Schefter was like, shut up, sit down, son. Go sit at the kids' table, but nah. But the NFL does have a plan in place in case some of these higher profile games are canceled. So this is from CBS. The playoffs will expand to 16 teams only if meaningful games are canceled due to COVID-19. This seems pretty meaningful. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said in a conference call with the owners, the resolution passed today established criteria for postseason eligibility in the event that all clubs cannot play the same number of regular season games. Any game that has a high impact on the postseason also declared as meaningful, regardless of the other team's record. And also in that provision, there would be no first round bye, so it'd be 16 total teams, 8 per conference, so straight seeding, 1 and 8, 2 and 7, blah blah blah. Division winners would also still get a home game, so they didn't deprive a Washington football team, which I'm fine with Washington because I like Alex Smith. I like Ron Rivera. They played a fun game on Thursday. Screw the Cowboys, screw the Eagles, screw the Giants, even though I'm indifferent to the Giants, whatever. But the NFL, frankly, would love this. So they lost out on major television revenue. Thursday night would have been one of the highest rated NFL games this season. And of course, you have two marquee teams, the 10-0 Steelers and the 6-4 Ravens. But also now you get 2 more wild card games if they go to the 16-game schedule, 16-team playoff, and then also be just that much more TV revenue in a season where they're losing across the board. So I think that it would make sense. Now, there is some precedent to this in terms of expanding the playoffs due to a restricted season. So back in the day, when there was 28 teams and 10 made the playoffs, 1982, the NFL players went on strike for the first of 2 times in the 80s, and only 9 games were played. Now, this is not the replacement 1987 season where they brought in Keanu Reeves and Shane Falco and whatnot. We'll get into that in a sec. So the NFL, since there was canceled games, expanded the playoffs to 16 teams, 8 teams per conference. So you had 2, 4, and 5 teams make the dance as 8 seeds, and it was fun. I mean, 2 lower seeds even won in the first round, and also the 6 seed Jets, who would not have made the playoffs normally because top 5 teams made it back in the day, made the AFC title game. So what does this have to do with the Vikings? Well, currently they're 4-6, sitting in the 10 seed, and also you have the Niners ahead of them at 9, also at 4-6. They have a tiebreaker, and also the 5-5 Bears currently as the 8 seed. The Vikings do have the head-to-head advantage in that as of right now as well. Now, playoff dreams certainly took a hit against the Cowboys. Plus, I mean, it's really frustrating, especially you saw how Dallas played on Thursday, but man, it's rough. But now, could Ravens Steelers, again, 10-0 Steelers, 6-4 Ravens, which is a pretty significant game, comes in terms of wild card for the Ravens as well as potential seeding. Could that trigger the 16-team playoff provision? Yeah. Does there need to be 1 or 2 more? Maybe. Now, an idea had been floated about a Week 18 schedule, except they didn't approve that. It's not going to be feasible anyway. So if the Vikings somehow, some way, drag their ass into the playoffs, either at 8-8 or even 9-7, as the 8 seed, whew, just get in the dance, man. And also, looky, who the Vikings will play in round 1 if they made it as the 8 seed. It would be the 1 seed Saints. Down in Nowlands again, doing the damn thing. And I know the whole sad sack perspective. Well, who cares if they make the playoffs? They're going to get beat anyway. Who gave the Vikings a chance last year down in New Orleans? Vikings were 7.5-point underdogs. Anyone give the Vikings a chance down there? Or also, 1987, back in the day, the other strike year, that was the replacement season. So the Vikings snuck in at 8-7 as the final 5 seed, and then they woodshedded the Saints in the wild card round, and then they took it to the 1 seed Niners before ultimately succumbing to Washington in the NFC title game. Darren Nelson, Come on, man. Yeah. But obviously getting ahead of ourselves here. Control what you can control. Beat Carolina and take care of your business. Otherwise, none of this matters. But it is something to keep an eye on, because if they expand the playoffs, that just increases the Vikings' chances of making the dance that much more. And no one wants any piece of this team. Like, if the Vikings can play to the level that they're certainly capable of, no one wants any of this smoke in the postseason. But we'll see. Beat Carolina, and we'll talk. But your thoughts? NFL potentially expanding to 16 teams in the playoffs. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But next time, Skull, production value.